So, all right, y'all, we are in Luke, all right, chapter 22, verses 31 through 32. And it should be pinned in the comment section because Adasia put it up there. So y'all should see it pinned in the comment section. If you are ready and you are turned in your Bibles on your apps or whatever you're using, just give me a thumbs up, y'all, and we're going to get right on into it, okay? So come on in here. Come on in here. Let me see some hearts, some thumbs up or something to let me know y'all ready. I know there's a delay. So I'm looking at the phone over here and I'm looking over here because there's quite a delay. So I'll wait. Okay. Y'all see me? Y'all hear me? Anybody give me some thumbs up? Okay, I see it. Thank you, Adasia. Adasia put one in the comment. It comes in late, y'all. So here it goes. Just 2 verses. That's it. Just 2 verses. And verse 31 says, and the Lord said, all right. Hey, Marcella. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. God, I thank you for everybody who's going to be joining me here. I thank you for everybody who's going to be joining me by replay, Father. Father, we just ask that this word goes forward, that this word, Father, just carries somebody through the rest of their week, that it encourages, that it educates, it equips, it empowers, Father, somebody today. And most important, that it edifies and it blesses and it inspires. And when it's all over, said and done, God will be forever careful to give you and only you all praise, honor, and glory for it in Jesus Christ's name. Y'all, today the topic is don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Let's get into this. And so the Lord tells Peter, right? So it's getting real close to the time where Jesus is going to be crucified. All right. So he's really starting to talk to them. And this is before they go to the Garden of Gethsemane and everything. All right. So he's saying these things and he's telling them different things. And one of the things that he tells them is he tells Peter in specifically. Right. He tells Peter specifically, hey, Battle, hey, Pastor Washington. He tells him specifically because he already done told him, listen, upon you, upon this rock, I'll build my church. All right. All that's coming with Peter. But he tells Peter this, y'all, and I want y'all to pay close attention to this. All right. Because this blessed my soul. It encouraged me. It also cleared up some things. All right. So that's what I'm doing. He says, Simon, Simon, right? That's Peter that he's talking to. He says, behold, he says, look at this. Listen to this. Pay close attention to this, right? He says, Satan hath desired to have you. That word there, desired, he's saying Satan has already asked permission. He has asked for permission to mess with you. He has asked for permission. Y'all better hear me, to shake you up. He has asked for permission to try you. Can somebody put that in the comment section? He asked for permission. All right. He asked for permission. That's what that word desired here means. He says Satan has already asked permission if he can come after you. Oh my gosh, I hope somebody get this. I hope somebody got this. He already done asked for permission. Thank you, Marcella. Thank you, Adasia. He asked for permission to do what he doing to you. Y'all better hear me, okay? So if you know that, and here, and I'm going to show you where I know that some of these things that many of us are going through is because he has permission. He can't do nothing to you, right? So y'all can say Satan busy all day long, but he can't do nothing to you without permission. The same way he asked if he could go after Job, he's telling Peter here, he's telling him beforehand though, Job he didn't get no warning. All right. Here, we're getting a warning. Here he's telling Peter, I'm warning you. I'm letting you know now that Satan has already come and asked for permission to bother you, to tempt you, to come after you, to rattle you, to try to bamboozle you, to come in and wreak havoc in your space, in your place. He doesn't ask for permission. But watch this. He said he doesn't ask for permission to have you, that he may sift you as wheat, that he may just mess you up, turn your life upside down. All right? Have your kids talking crazy to you. Have your husband and wife talking crazy to you. Messing with your money. He doesn't ask for permission to do all of this, right? He said he asked for permission, but catch this. Catch this. Then Jesus says, but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. He did not tell him that I'm going to stop this joker from coming after you. He tells him, Satan already done asked for permission, but nowhere in there between that sift as wheat, and I'm praying for you. He says he didn't ask for permission. So I'm going to pray for you so that your faith fail not. In other words, he asked for permission and permission was granted. Somebody put that in the comments, that permission was granted. Because Jesus didn't say, he asked and we say, oh no, not going to let him mess with him. No, he said, but I'm praying for you so that your faith don't fail, because he got permission to come and mess with you. Permission was granted. Permission was granted. That shed a whole new light on the tests, the trials, the struggles, and things that many of us are facing right now. That puts a whole new perspective on it, because he's saying he asked for permission and permission was granted. I'm going to pray that your faith don't fail. He didn't say, I'm going to pray that he don't come after you. He didn't say, I'm praying that the Father just, stop him in his tracks. He didn't say that. There's going to be a testing and a trying of our faith, because the enemy has asked for permission and permission was granted. Permission was granted, right? He said, so I'm going to pray for you though, so that your faith don't fail, so that you stay strong, so that you can stand, so that you don't faint, so that you don't fall out, so that you don't give up, so that you don't quit. All right, Peters? I'm talking to my Peters over here, right? He said, so your faith don't fail. So when these things come, that you don't fall out, that you don't give up, get angry, get mad, get upset, but don't quit. I'm praying that your faith holds strong. I'm praying that you stay rooted and grounded. I'm praying that when the winds come, that you don't get rocked. All right? I'm praying that you don't throw in the towel. Okay? I tried that. I tried throwing in the towel. God didn't throw the towel back. God threw me a robe and said, get dressed, because we got work to do. Okay? That's what he did. Forget the towel. And so the Lord told him, he said, listen, Peter, Satan done asked to come and mess with you. He asked to come push your buttons, okay, for your supervisor at work. He got permission, okay? He asked for permission to come after you. Permission was granted. But I'm praying, is what Jesus said, but I'm praying so that your faith don't fail, so that you don't fall out, so you don't give up. But here is the thing. He says, and when thou art converted, when you come up out of this, man, I feel this in my spirit. He said, when you come up out of this, when you get over this, when you go through this, when you come on the other side of this, he said, this is what I need you to do. I need you to strengthen somebody else that is going through the same thing. Don't get converted. Don't get strengthened after you come through something like many of us are going through, and then you don't go and encourage somebody else. Somebody put in the comments, say, don't leave me hanging. When you get over what you getting over, when you get through what it is you getting through, I feel this in my spirit. When you get out of this here, when God brings you through and God sets you back on your feet, Don't leave me hanging, because I'm in the same situation and I need to see how God brought somebody else through. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. All right? Because listen, so many people will tell you why they going through. As soon as come on, y'all done heard it. As soon as I get over this, and as soon as God do this, I'm going to come back and I ain't going to forget about you. And they forgot about you. As soon as they came up out of whatever it is, as soon as you done prayed them up out of whatever they done got out of, they leave you hanging. And then you left with their stuff. You left with their stuff and you began to experience that, right? And so he's telling him, I'm telling you now that the enemy has permission. So if the enemy has permission to do the things that he's doing in our lives, then that means that God is still yet there. Come on, somebody. God ain't going nowhere. God is right there. He ain't going to let him do too much, okay? He going to let him do enough to test your faith. All right. Jesus didn't say, I'm going to jump in and I'm about to battle like people out here be saying. No, he telling him right. He said, no, he asked for permission and permission was granted. He tested Job. He got permission. He said he got permission to test Job, right? He got permission. Job just didn't know it. But Jesus said, we're doing this a little bit different. He said, I'm going to let you know up front. All right. He said, we're not going to pull a Job on you. Am I talking to somebody? He said, we're not going to pull a Job on you. He said, oh, no. He said, I'm letting you know up front. All right. What's about to happen? That this joker is coming for you. And he got permission to come for you. All right. He said, so when things start to happen, right? He said, I'm already telling you who it is and what it is. All right. He said, but just know I'm right there so that you don't faint, so that you don't fall out. I got you. I got your back. I'm not fixing to fight this. This is your battle, but I got your back. I got your back. I'm just going to pray. I was expecting Jesus to say, you know what? This joker got permission and I'm about to jump in here and I'm about to do this and I'm about to do that. And I was like, but he didn't. He just said he desires, and he didn't ask for permission to sift you like wheat. You ever seen wheat being sifted? To shake you up hard. He got permission. And I was like, oh, there's a colon. There's a colon. He's like, let me further explain. There's more, is what he's saying. He said, he's like, he desires to sift you like wheat. There's more though. He said, there's more, but I'm praying for you. Oh my God. Have y'all ever heard somebody say that? Yeah, I'm praying for you. And you just went through this. What did you do? How did God bring you through this? Where's the testimonies at? Okay. Where's the testimonies? Like, don't leave me hanging now that I'm going through what you went through and we done prayed you through. Now you leaving me hanging? No, he says, Peter, I'm telling you, he said, I'm going to make sure that your faith don't fail. He said, but when you come through this, when you get over it, all right, when your change comes, that's what converted means change, conversion, convert, all right? He said, but when your change comes, all right, when your change happens from what you're going into to what you're going through to not going through it no more, when your change happens, he says, come back and strengthen somebody else that's going through that. Encourage somebody else. Tell somebody the testimony. Don't leave me hanging. All right. Now that you done got your blessing and we all done rolled around, don't leave me hanging. That's what he told him. Don't leave them hanging. Encourage somebody. Let them know. Let them know this is a test and a trying of your faith. And the enemy got permission to do it. Right? So the prayer is, God, help me get through this. God, give me the strength to stand through this. God, give me wisdom to step through this. Hey, Apostle Briggs, he said, give me that's your prayer, because you saying, God, I need you to block the hand of the enemy. But he just told Peter he ain't. Okay, you had to get in these scriptures. You got to look at these because people think, oh, you know, he blah blah blah. He said he'll lift up a standard against the enemy, but he didn't say he was going to stop him from coming. And Jesus gave us a warning right here. He told Peter, he said, this joker done came, Peter. He done asked for permission to mess with your life, to mess with your mind, to mess with your kids, to push your button so you mad at everybody about everything all the time. He got permission. Peter, he said he desired. He didn't got permission. He asked for permission to come and mess with your household, to come run roughshod over everything that you're trying to do. He asked for permission that he may sift you, shake you up like you ain't never been shook before. Anybody been shaken up like they ain't never been shook before? I am. He says he desires to, he didn't ask for permission, and permission was granted. Permission was granted for him to do that. Because Jesus said, but I've prayed for you. I'm like, Jesus, I'm gonna need you to do more than just pray. I thought you was about to put the boxing gloves on, Jesus, and come on to the rescue. He said, no, Peter, but I prayed for you. I know Peter probably was sitting there looking at him like, a prayer? First, you tell me that the enemy came and asked if he could have me. If he could have me to turn upside down and inside out and shake me. This joker came and asked about me. And then you said he got permission because you said, but I prayed for you. That part right there, Apostle. That part right there. He said, but I prayed for you so your faith don't fail. I'm not stopping the joke because permission was granted. What I'm doing is there was a conversation in heaven. That part, Apostle, that part. He said that was a conversation in heaven. Okay. He said this conversation happened once before. He said, but I wasn't here. All right. I didn't get a chance to ear hustle to come tell you. Okay, to tell Job back then. All right. Then permission was just granted so I can see what could happen. All right, for real. Job didn't get a warning. Job didn't get a warning. All right. He said, I wasn't there to give Job a warning. He said, but I was ear hustling, and Satan desires Peter, come here, let me tell you something. He asked for permission, and permission was granted. Don't think it's strange when you start to go through these tests and trials, y'all. Okay. He said permission was granted, but I done prayed for you though. But I done prayed for you. Y'all hear people tell you that all the time when you tell them you going through something, and don't they say, well, I'll pray for you. That's Jesus right now. He said, yeah, he got permission, but I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you because this is going to help you in the long run, Peter. He said, but I'm going to pray for you because I can't ungrant the permission. Okay. There are still different types of, there's still order in heaven. Okay. There's still order. Right. And this still goes to show you that even though Satan got kicked out of heaven, he didn't get kicked out of heaven proper. He got removed from his seat, right? But he still has access. He can still talk to God about you. Okay? If the enemy is talking to God about you, you ought to be talking to God about you. All right? So he can still ask God, can I mess with them? Because I need to see something. Right? So he tells him, he said, but I pray for you though, so that your faith don't fail. I pray for you. All right. I'm letting you know up front that this is coming. That part right there, Apostle, because he knows that you're a threat. And so he's like, but I'm praying for you that your faith fail not. Right. He says, but when you get over, I'm going to keep saying this, but when you get your strength back, when you get back on your feet, when you get back in your right frame of mind, when you get yourself under control, when we get on the other side of this struggle, when we get on the other side of this battle right here, he said, when we get on the other side, strengthen your brothers and sisters. Strengthen. Don't leave me hanging when you get on the other side of yourself. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know how God got you over. All right? Because your testimony, y'all, that's how they got over. By the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. Somebody needs to hear how you got over. They need to hear what in the world you was going through and then how God got you through. Don't leave us hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know how God brought you through, because that is going to encourage me. Okay, let me know that. Listen, if y'all don't understand, Apostle Briggs is on here. I remember when she was on Facebook, and she came on one time, and that's how I really was introduced to her, right? And she came on and she was telling us how she was getting food stamps as an officer in the Army, right? She told us that. And people will look at you crazy. People look at you crazy like, well, you supposed to be all this and that, and you got to do this and that and the other, blah, 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 blah. But that testimony right there set so many of us free. It set so many of us free. Then nobody cared that she was an officer. We was like, wait a minute, somebody in that position is going through. And now look what God has done. Congratulations, ma'am. on getting selected for major, okay, and your MSM, all this stuff, and getting Hawaii, all this type of stuff. Transparency, that part right there, that right there. When we don't prioritize the process, we allowed to be tested. We're allowed to be tested, and people don't know that. That's the other word, Adasia, transparency. She was transparent on that page. And people got delivered, because people make you feel bad about things like that. Everybody goes through a rough period, a rough patch. All right. And so Jesus is telling up front, yeah, he got permission to do this stuff in your life, but I'm telling you now. So when the time comes, all right. So when the time comes that you don't fall out, that you know that I know, okay, what you going through. And that you're going to come on the other side of this. You're coming on the other side of this. But he says, but when you get on the other side, don't keep the testimony to yourself and be like, well, I just, God just established me. So let me just get on and be great. He's like, no, you need to encourage somebody. Go strengthen somebody. Because somebody else is still going through. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging when you get on the other side. Don't leave me hanging when you get on the other side. Okay? Don't leave me hanging, y'all. So that was our Wednesday word for today. I didn't really come on to preach real hard or nothing, but that was in my spirit. And God kept telling me that because of what I'm going through. And God said, nah, that part right there, Apostle, God gonna get the glory out of this struggle that I'm in right now. And somebody else is going to get delivered when I get on the other side of this, right? I was talking to somebody the other day and they said, wow, you don't even look like what you're going through. Because he already told me that the enemy was coming after me. When you say yes, you become a target. When you say yes and your yes is for real, you become a target. Yeah. When you're not playing with this thing no more, you become a target. If the enemy ain't messing with you in any area of your life, you are not on your assignment. You're not on your assignment. You're not. All right. If you ain't doing nothing, the enemy ain't either. I'm just here to tell you, because that's how he operates. He only messes with you when you're doing what you're supposed to do. All right. So today, I want to encourage somebody. I'm not even on the other side of this thing yet, but I'm encouraging somebody today, okay, that when you get through, when God establishes you and gets you back to where he wants you to be and needs you to be, okay, when he builds you back up and you have your comeback, right? Don't have a comeback and you forget to reach back. All right. Encourage somebody. Strengthen somebody. All right. Because you had a whole bunch of people praying and fasting and doing all kinds of stuff to help you get through. So you strengthen somebody else. In other words, he's saying, pay it forward. Strengthen somebody. Don't leave me hanging when you get through. All right. When you get there, put that in the comment section, y'all, one more time. So don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. When you come through and you get over, don't leave me hanging. Your testimony is going to strengthen me. Your testimony is going to encourage me. Your testimony may be the one thing that stops somebody from taking themselves out of here because it's so rough for them. Yeah, your testimony can save a life, y'all. Don't leave me hanging when you come through. Don't. Your testimony can literally save somebody's life. It can save somebody's life, y'all. It can. All right. Okay, y'all. Amen. Don't leave me hanging. Don't. Please don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. It can save somebody. All right. I'm telling you, literally. I had one of them conversations yesterday with somebody. Your testimony can save somebody's life, literally. When people don't get this part, especially when we in ministry and people don't get this part, it can get so bad to where they don't want to be here no more. And even with the struggle that I'm going through, all right, even with the test and the trial that I'm going through, I still, as much as I be like, God, I don't even know what you're doing and what we at, you know, this type of stuff, I still get those phone calls from somebody who is at that brink. And they like, I just don't want to be here no more. And you have to talk them off the ledge, and you have to remind them of this stuff. You got to remind them. Got to remind them that there's a purpose and there's a plan. And the enemy has already asked for you. Can you eat? Please tell it. I'm telling you. And they were. And she's not on here, but she watches. She told me she was going to be watching today, right? And so she's a pastor, and I have permission to share her, just to share this, but the testimony is going to be hers to tell, right? She listened to people, and this is a warning that she allowed me to share with y'all. She listened to people and opened a church, right? God didn't tell her to open a church. She listened to people because people said, well, you're a pastor, you need to have a church, and you need to have this, that, all this type of stuff. She listened to people and she opened a church. She's in my inbox right now. And she was on the brink. It got so overwhelming, right? That she really, that part right there, Apostle, she didn't want to be here no more. And she said, the Lord put me on her heart, and she contacted me. And even though I was having a rough day yesterday, I had to put it to the side, and I said, no, mine ain't that rough, right? And had to talk her off the ledge. But the one thing that I did tell her to do, and seeing people will say, oh, I wouldn't have told her that because you don't know what God was going to do. No, this one was ready to take her life. I told her, you shut that church down. If it's not growing, it's not going anywhere, and you're sitting here telling me that God didn't tell you to do it, you did it because somebody else said that that's what God told them to tell you what to do. I told you shut that thing down because you're operating in disobedience and something that ain't even nothing that God even planned for your life. And then you speaking to people, all right, you could have people all off track. I told you shut that mess down. You shut that mess down. I said, you shut it down and you get somewhere and you sit down and you get in God's face and you let God tell you what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And then I also prayed with her, and then I also gave her a resource for her to get some help emotionally and mentally, okay? Because you got to do that. You can't just pray with them and just leave them hang. You can't do that. So I gave her a resource, right? But it's that part right there when he says Satan desires to have you. right? Satan desires to have you. If you take yourself out of here, Satan already got permission to take your soul. He already got permission, and permission was granted. Jesus said, but I'm going to pray for you so that you don't fall into that trap. Okay? And the way that you avoid falling into that trap, right, is you do what it is that God requires of you. You do what it is what God has ordained for you to do. Stop doing all this stuff because people said that this is what I heard the Lord told me to tell you, that this is what I see you supposed to be doing, and all this type of stuff. And all that type of stuff. Quit doing that. Quit doing that, because you invite stuff into your life that you're not ready for, that you haven't been equipped to do that. She wasn't equipped to do that. God had not equipped her to do that. Other people had done that and then left her hanging. Left her hanging. Right? Left her hanging. And the only thing they want to say is, we praying for you. We praying. We know God gonna do. God wasn't doing none of that because he never told her that. He never told her that, right? So Jesus here is telling Peter, I'm telling you, I'm praying that your faith don't fail, y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I am. I'm praying for y'all that your faith don't fail. I'm giving y'all this warning in advance, like Jesus gave Peter, that the enemy has permission. He has permission, and he asked for it, and God granted him permission to come after you. So make sure that you are where you're supposed to be in God, rooted and grounded. Hide this word in your heart. Meditate on it day and night. So when the evil one comes, and he gonna come when you weak, y'all. He gonna come when you at your wits end. He waiting right now. He said he like a lion seeking whom he may devour. That joker is waiting for you to get weak so he can come and play with your mind. That's why he says, strengthen your brethren. For those who have come through something kooky, crazy, as I call it. You got over something crazy. If you're going through something, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Somebody is just getting in the tunnel and don't see no light or no nothing. He says, strengthen your brother. Strengthen somebody. Don't leave me hanging just because you done got through. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know how you got through. Shout it from the rooftop. Tell somebody. Tell us. All right? Keep us empowered and encouraged and say, okay, if God, you can do it for them, I know you can do it for me. I know you can bring me through. I know you can get me over. Don't be like the other 9 that didn't come back and say nothing while they went and got healed as they went. Yes, they followed direction. They were obedient, right? But one came back and said something. Come back and say something. Let us know. That's why I always tell people on here, when we praying for y'all on these things, I don't need no, just come back and let us know God done it. That's it. All we desire is the testimony, because you don't know whoever else is going through what you may be going through. And when you get through, don't be like, okay, I'm good, I'm cool, and we don't never hear from you no more. No, come back and let us know. That part. Come back and let us know so we can all get strengthened, y'all. And that's my promise to y'all, because some of y'all are going through some of the same things that I'm going through right now, and y'all are praying for me while I'm praying for y'all. And this is my promise to y'all. When I get over this, all right, because I know it's coming to a close. When I get over this, y'all gonna be the first to know it, okay? Because y'all know me, I'm very transparent, and I believe in encouraging and empowering people with my life and with what and how God does things, you know. And right now, this is something crazy. I ain't never went through nothing like this before, and for this length of time. So I know God has got to be, it's got to be something great, because the enemy just be coming and coming, you know, and I just be crying and crying. God is like, when you finish crying, get up, because you still got to keep on and walk this thing out. Like Apostle said, no, you going through this. Okay, because I know other people have gone through it. I know they have, and came out okay and everything else. But it's just when you're in the middle of it, when you're in the middle of it, you got to keep yourself encouraged. And I encourage myself by encouraging you all. That encourages me. Okay. And that's why I tell people I don't have time for no foolishness. I don't have time for the games that people like playing. I don't have time for that. Right. I don't have time for that, because I understand that there are lives literally at stake. That's what God shows me, that there are lives at stake, right? And if I can save one life, all right, by allowing my life, all right, to be an open book out here, then it was worth it. You hear me? It's worth the criticism. It's worth all of the how people talk about you behind your back and then talking to you in your face and all the time. It's worth all that to me. If I can save one person's life, I don't care nothing about the ridicule. I don't care nothing about all the stuff that goes on in the back and the side talks and conversations. I don't care nothing about that. Say whatever, whenever, however. But if my life, me putting myself out here to be criticized and ridiculed, can save somebody, it was worth it. It was worth it. And now God is beginning to show me that's exactly what he's doing, because I get these calls almost every other day where there's a leader on the ledge. And it's a shame, because the other leaders are too busy to even notice that one of us is on the ledge. You know what I'm saying? So I can't get distracted by stuff that's going on out here. That's why I told people, don't tag me in none of this crazy stuff that's going on in the celebrity news. And they got celebrity rappers and people down, and I'll be asking, who is that? Because I don't get it. I don't look at all that stuff. I really don't. My assignment is too great. I literally get these phone calls where people say, I feel like killing myself. They don't say, I feel like, I feel like, I don't want to. No, they literally are saying, I feel like killing myself because this is too much. The loss is too great for some people. And because some people, God built them up publicly, and then he begins to break them down, and they don't know how to carry on because they want to still keep up that appearance, right? So they feel like, I can't come out here because this ain't what y'all already know me. Okay. I do not care. God gives, God takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Naked I came into this world, and naked I'll leave. Okay. I don't have time for all the other stuff. I don't care who want to talk about me or whatever. People always say, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she's going through this and she was all this. No, I wouldn't all that. God had put me there, and God got me here. Paul said, I know how to be abased and I know how to be abound. Okay. Do I have my moments? Yes, I do. Had one of them yesterday. But guess how I came out of that moment when I got that phone call? I got that phone call, and that pulled me right out of my moment. I said, okay, there's a life. There's a leader on the ledge. They're getting ready to jump off. That part. See, everybody don't understand this particular path that I'm on. Everybody don't understand this particular assignment. And God won't give this assignment to any and everybody, because he knows that no matter what I'm going through, he can trust me. He can trust me with a life. He can trust me with a life. He can. And I'm grateful to God that other people can trust me too. And they trust, to come to me with that, because they already know. We pray, and we not on my watch. Ain't no ledge hopping all over here. Okay. I don't get to hop off the ledge, you either. Okay. But in all seriousness, I do. That is part of my ministry, y'all, is talking leaders off of ledges. That's it. That's part of my ministry. And I thank God for that. I thank God that he puts me on people's minds when they get to that point, because he knows I've been there. I always tell people that's part of my testimony. See, I have a bigger testimony than what people understand. One day we'll talk about it, but I will say, when I was younger, I tried to take myself out of here numerous amounts of times when I was younger because of things that happened to me. But I'm still here. So I know how to talk to people who are at that point. and let them know that God still is there. Even when it seems dark and dim, God is still right there. Now, you may not hear him saying nothing, you may not see him doing nothing, but he right there. And sometimes that's all people need, is for you to be right there. Okay, y'all? All right. Was y'all encouraged today? Was y'all blessed today? I pray that I did. I pray that I said something that encouraged somebody. Hey, Miss Celestine, that I said something that really blessed somebody. All right. Something that's going to help somebody get through the rest of this week, and let you know that it doesn't matter. Y'all just don't put stock in what people say. All right. Because sometimes people are unawares, are being used by the enemy. And they don't even know that's their job. They don't even know that that's what they have been called to do right there. Is to be used by this joker to come at you. So I'm just reissuing the warning that Jesus gave Peter, that the enemy has asked for permission and permission was granted. But I'm praying that your faith don't fail. That your faith don't fail. And whatever I can do to help build you up, that's what I'm here to do. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here for glitz, glamour. I don't care none of y'all. I'm just a little old country girl that God has just anointed and appointed for such a time as this. That's it. That's it. I consider myself a plain Jane, but I don't look like everybody else and don't want to. Don't move like everybody else and don't want to. Don't sound like everybody else and I don't want to. Because God uses me just as I am. And I need somebody to hear that God can use you just as you are. Okay? You don't need the glitz and the glamour. You don't need to come out here and try to wow people. Just be real and be honest. All right? Be real, be honest, and be a willing vessel for the Lord. That's all. That's it. That's all he looks for, willing vessels. Amen. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I do. And I pray that, I really do. I prayed the same prayer that we prayed at the beginning. I prayed at the end that the Lord will cover y'all, keep y'all's mind, that if there's anything that you are in need of, God has it. I promise you, God has it, and God will provide, and his grace is sufficient. I'm here to tell y'all, I promise you, his grace is sufficient. It is. And so, God, we love you today, Father. And I thank you for everyone who joined me live, and those who are looking back now on the replay. I thank you, Father. If there's any sickness on this line, God, we ask you to heal them right now in the name of Jesus. If there's someone lacking in any area of their life, we ask you, God, to fill the void, because nothing else can. And so, God, we thank you. And again, I want somebody to know that whatever the enemy has done, God can undo. Just know that, y'all. God can undo. Okay? He can. As long as it lines up with the purpose, the plan that he has for your life, God can undo, right? And again, so if the enemy came in and snatched your joy, ask God to give you back your joy. Ask God to give you back your peace. Ask God to give you back your understanding. All right. Ask God to give you back your mind, your frame of mind. Ask him to give you those things back, not possessions. All right. But ask him to give you those things back, because once he reestablishes and restores those things, all right, the other things, they'll come on. Right. Y'all trying to make me preach, and I'm not. They'll come on, those things. Right. But again, when you get through whatever it is you're going through, don't leave me hanging. Right. Hey, Apostle Tracy, don't leave me hanging just because you got over. Don't leave me hanging. I need to hear how you got over to strengthen me. Okay, y'all. So if this is your first time with us over here on the Wednesday Word, put first time, and just let us know. We just want to love on you, hug on you, and say thank you for allowing us and me to come over while you over here to scream, holler, possibly step on your toes, and maybe hurt your feelings a little bit, but it's not on purpose. It's all in love, right? So we love you over here. We do. It's all about love, y'all. Even though we love loud. Somebody put that in the comments. All right. Because people always say, oh, she over there hollering at the people, and they don't even listen to what I'm saying. We love loud over here, because my Bible says, cry loud and spare not. So that's what I do. I take that literally. Right. So we love loud. And so we love all the first timers, whether you're here or whether you watching us and you a first timer watching us. We love loud over here. And we just want to say thank you. We do. We love loud. We do. We just do, y'all. We like we want the enemy to know we coming. The same way we want our provision to know we coming, right? If you don't say nothing, you can't get nothing. Anyway, that's a whole nother teaching. Let me get off of here for y'all have me preaching something else, right? So today was Luke. All right, y'all. So you can go and study that because there's more to that. But Luke chapter 22, verses 31 through 32, when Jesus tells Peter, the enemy has asked for permission. All right. He has asked for permission to have you, to sift you, to shake your life up. He desires, which means he's asked for permission. And again, somebody remind yourself, permission was granted. He asked for permission and permission was granted. But Jesus gave us a heads up. And he says, but I'm praying for you. I'm letting you know I'm praying for you. And when you come through this, don't leave me hanging, y'all. All right. When you come through it, I won't leave y'all hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Okay. I love all of y'all. Okay. So I'll see y'all again next time, y'all, on the Wednesday word. I promise y'all, as soon as we get through what we going through, we're going to be on a consistent time, right? We still come on every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, but I want us to have a consistent time so y'all can look forward to the time. All right. And so right now, with health and other things that are going on, God is straightening it all out for us. Okay. I'm not just saying me, because y'all been going through this with me. So he's straightening it out for us. And so, I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging. So we're gonna be back where we supposed to be, but better. We'll be back where we're supposed to be, but better. Okay, y'all. I love y'all with the love of Christ. See y'all next Wednesday. Same line. It may be a different time. Okay. I'll have it on the flyer. Okay. I love y'all. Bye.